Hey, game of the year is right around the fucking corner. Fortunately, I don't work nights. I have a day job, like, the upstanding American that I am. And because of that, I can watch the Game Awards. I'm probably gonna fall asleep somewhere between it because I gotta be up at 4 in the morning to go to my job. But still, I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. The trailers, the fucking trailers. Jeff Keighley. I don't know where he gets the clout and the scoops and the goodness that is what he does, but he does it every year. Every year he just brings it. The orchestra, the fanfare, the people in the crowd just like tearing up, fucking the reveals, just everything about the Game Awards feels so good. It is our Oscars. It is our Grammys. It is our Country Music Awards. It is everything I want it to be and more. I love the Game Awards. And part of the reason why I like the Game Awards isn't just the fact that it is a celebration of everything I love, but also because it's kind of like it's like the precursor to the Oscars because the Academy is the Academy. We know what they want to win. We know what we wanted to win, right? We know, which is why I'm here today. So I can tell you, that wasn't straight, today. Um, why I think what I get, I'm going to say what I like, what I want to vote for, and I already voted, so I had to go incognito just so I didn't already hover it and all that stuff. No spoilers to you guys. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about what I voted for or what I would vote for, and then I would talk about what's actually going to win because equally important. Now, there's a lot of categories I'm going to fucking skip, right? Best esports team, get fucked. Like, there are too many esports. There's no way. No one person can watch all the esports, right? Sajam can't watch all the fucking esports. He, like, there's League of Legends, there's CSGO, there's Gears of War, there's still Halo somehow, there's Dota, there's fighting games, and there's a million fighting games. Like, there's shit everywhere. So fuck that. We ain't doing that. But moving on, we're going to actually talk about what is going on with the Game Awards nominations. Let's do it. Let's dive in. All right. So, Game of the Year is the first thing they give you to vote on, which I think is a little intense. Why don't you soften me up with something a little easy? Don't make me jump head first. All right. Assassin's Creed Odyssey ain't gonna take it, buddy. I've heard only good things about it. There are going to be some media outlets that are going to give it to it. I know it, but I'm not going to. That's me. I think that there's going to be a small amount of people who vote for it. Not a small, like relatively small amount of people that vote for it. But other than that, whatever. Celeste it's fantastic that it got nominated. It deserves it. It's an indie game. It's getting nominated against some greats like Spider-Man and God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2. It ain't gonna win, but it's this is a really good push for the indies. Not happening, amigo or amiga. God of War is easily my game of the year, easily. And if I could click vote, I got to sign in to vote, and I'm not going to do that. God of War is easy money, for me. I love that game. And then Marvel Spider-Man, I think, is another really good game. But unfortunately, we might have another Horizon Zero Dawn on our hands where it's super good, but it just does not stand up to its buddies. Then you got Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World is another one. Capcom, good fucking job. You suck ass at making fighting games lately. Street Fighter V is kind of garbage, and fucking Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was a dumpster fire on launch and is still a dumpster fire. There's a community for it. I know it. Yipes talks about it all the time, but yeah, I don't care. There's a community for Skullgirls too. Not saying you guys aren't valid, but I ain't here for it. Red Dead Redemption 2, easy money, right? This is so gonna happen. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the game of the year, hands down. If I'm wrong, fuck it, I'm wrong. I'm guessing too, but it's too recent. It's too beautiful. There's too much in this fucking game for you to deny it that Game of the Year award. And although God of War was succinct to an extent, and it delivered its message in a punch, quick, Red Dead Redemption 2 demands that you spend hours upon hours exploring this massive world full of options. How could you compete, right? You want your content, you got it. Here it is. And there's multiplayer still coming out. I'm judging this based on what I got when I got it. So no New Game Plus for God of War or for Spider-Man. But the critics, Red Dead 2. For me, God of War. Best ongoing game. Destiny 2 Forsaken. No. Fortnite. Done. You know what? I don't even know why I would look at the other ones. But I'm gonna. For the sake of everyone else. No Man's Sky. It's doing better, but like, no, bro. Overwatch. I'm concerned about the community, actually. I feel like it's slipping. You know, you got people that are professionals that have already retired from the game. It's only been out for a couple of years. It's a great game, but I think, you know, we got like 3 years before it becomes TF2. Uh, Rainbow Six Siege keeps growing and growing and growing, and everyone's super fucking happy with it. I'm glad. I'm really glad. But I don't know. I don't really see people going, "Oh, I can't wait to play Rainbow Six." You know, they want to play Fortnite. So I'm gonna say that I think it would make sense on both ends. I'm voting for Fortnite. They're voting for Fortnite. We're calling it good, right? Um, Best game direction. A Way Out. Didn't play it. Detroit Become Human is basically a film. Hard. This is hard because, you know, it's hardly saying it's game direction. It's like one of those old school movies, you know, like you just, hey, what do you want to do here? What do you want to do here? It's a great game. I loved Detroit. It was super ham-fisted, and I got the message way too early, and it was kind of sad, but you know, it was fun. It was fun, and I loved it. And I think what they did with it was pretty amazing. All of the different things considered, that network of stuff. Good job, Detroit. You know, God of War. You know, I think it really sends its message. You know, you have like the struggle of letting go of your past in conjunction with, you know, raising your kid to not be what you were. You can clearly see that he's on the path of becoming you. One day he can be you, and I think that's a really, really interesting thing to go through. I think the bond between father and son is really interesting in this. And again, you know, gotta work, gotta give it up. Spider-Man. I feel like I love this game again. I feel like it didn't really have a message. It didn't really have like this thing that it led me to, you know, like I walked away and was like, I loved being Spider-Man. I felt like Spider-Man. But I don't know, like it, you know, it's got some emotional punches every once in a while, but I don't know, like it doesn't feel like it was like it had like this solid cohesion. And I know that's more like story, but that's how I perceive it, you know, as how it directed the game and its story. Red Dead Redemption 2 wins. just just wins again. I'm voting for fucking God of War. Red Dead Redemption 2's got it, right? The critics are going to say, I mean, just look at all of the things you can do in this game. Look at the way that the world meshes with it. Look at the way you talk to this person, and if you forget about them and you come back, they say different stuff. That's bravo, you know? Best narrative. Detroit Become Human. That's tough. You already got it. You're in there. You're sliding right in there. Next up, God of War. Life is Strange 2, Episode 1. That's pretty cool. Marvel Spider-Man. Red Dead Redemption 2. And is this the next category? It is. All right, so here's the deal. God of War. Again, you've heard me talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it a lot because I love the game, but I think despite the fact that God of War is as good as it is and Red Dead is as good as it is, I would have to give it to Detroit because it has the best narrative. Like, that's the category. It's like, this is the overarching experience, the game, the story, all these different things that you get to experience in this long ass game, this long ass movie. It's got it, you know. I'd give it to Detroit, right? But it might be a toss up. I think God of War would steal it from Red Dead, and I wouldn't even say steal it. It earned it, you know. I think, yeah, God of War, I think the critics will give it up. Best art direction. This is a hard one for me. It's hard for me to define what they mean by this. I may skip it. If you were asking me, like, what's the punchiest thing, like, what really sticks out in my mind is, like, this artistic masterpiece, Shadow of the Colossus-esque. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, from what I've seen, doesn't do that. God of War, you got the repetitive enemy varieties. There's not really much punch to what it does. Octopath Traveler does this interesting thing with 2D, 3D that I think is really nice. I wouldn't vote for it, but good job that you made it up here. Red Dead Redemption 2, and then you have Return of the Obra Dinn. Now, just looking at this shit, I almost would say, yeah, give it to him, right? Because it looks so cool. And I've seen the trailers and all this stuff. I think it's really cool. But I think art direction might just go to, it might actually go to God of War. I would give it to God of War. But I think, again, this is another one of those things, you're going to hear me say this a lot, is that I would give it to God of War, but I think Red Dead will take it, right? And then runner-up might be Return of the Obra Dinn, or Dean, or whatever. Best score / music presented by Spotify. Now, this is an interesting one, because I've listened to almost all of these soundtracks, so I know. And it's presented by Spotify. Good job. Good get there, Jeff Keighley. Let's see what we got. Celeste, amazing. God of War. The fucking composer's name is Bear, bro. That's a sick name. Marvel Spider-Man. I really like the dynamic soundtrack in this game. I thought, it's like Nier, where you enter one area, and as you enter one area, you'll gain and you'll lose elements. Like, you'll lose instrumentation, and you'll gain it, and you'll gain vocals and stuff like that. It's like that. I think it's really cool, but nothing stuck out. I don't go on YouTube and go, Marvel Spider-Man, got to hear that jam. It's not happening. I do that with God of War. I do that with Celeste. Ni no Kuni did not play it. Octopath didn't play it either. And Red Dead, that's not my thing. I've listened to some of the music, and it's just, it ain't me. And I understand it's genre. But, sorry, bro. Not happening. Not this time, Red Dead. I think, realistically, you're going to end up giving that soundtrack to Celeste, and I would give it to Celeste also. So, good job, Celeste. You did it. You locked in the me vote, and you locked in the critics vote. That's probably what's going to happen. Let's see. We're still in there. Best audio design. This one's tough. All right? You got Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Forza Horizon 4, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead. I'm not even going to discuss this one too long. I think Black Ops 4 is amazing when it comes to its sound design. Everything that you can hear actually makes a difference, and it's really punchy. It's dramatic. When you get armor shot off, you feel like the armor got shot off of you. And I know that, everybody's always going to run that through the dirt, oh, you feel it because of that Spider-Man review. But I really do feel like that was the case. I would vote for Black Ops 4. I think runner-up is going to be easily fucking, God of War, that axe, dude. Like, just the visceral sounds of the crunch, all that. It's pretty sick. On the other hand, I think realistically, I say, Black Ops 4. I think the critics are probably going to give it to Red Dead because there's a lot going on in that game. I haven't explored all of it, but from listening to gameplay with headphones on and stuff like that, which may not be an 100% accurate representation, it does a really good job conveying the sounds, like the galloping of horses and the drawing of guns hitting leather and stuff like that. It's pretty cool stuff. So, sure. Best performance. This is an actual actor. This guy had to act the whole time. This was a movie, and you play it. It's a playable movie that's sick as fuck. Moving on. Christopher Judge as Kratos, God of War. Boy. Legendary. Nobody walked away from that game not saying, boy, it didn't happen. Didn't play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I've only heard good things about Cassandra. Everybody talks about Cassandra. She's so great. It'd be unfair for me to say she's not great. I'm just saying, here you go. And then Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan. And then last but not least, you have Yuri Lowenthal. Shout outs to Stan Lee. Really unfortunate that he passed. To me, I think that although Brian Deckard did a really, really good job, he did what he was supposed to do. It was the lack of emotion that takes me away. And I get that's the point, but it's like it really sucks me out of it, Like it's just like it's too emotionless. Like, and when he tries to have emotion, you still feel some of that, the void staring back. So I can't give it to Brian Deckard. I think Brian Deckard's going to win. And if he doesn't, then it's going to be Christopher Judge. But I think that Mr. Yuri Lowenthal did a fantastic job. He is Peter Parker, And when he's Spider-Man, he is Spider-Man. Spider-Cop was hilarious, by the way. I'm sure anybody who's gotten to the beginning of that game's heard it. They've heard the shtick. It's fantastic, Love it. Good job, Yuri. This is probably what you're going to run away with. Spider-Man will take an award. Mark my words. Now, Games for Impact. Skipping it, right? Can't vote for it. Wouldn't be right. Best indie game. Skipping that too. Can't do it. Wouldn't be right. Best mobile game. Don't play mobile games. Can't vote for it. Best VR AR game. Don't play them. Can't vote for it. Best action game. Blops 4. Dead Cells. Destiny 2 Forsaken. Far Cry 5. Hell no, Far Cry 5. Mega Man 11. And I think that's it. Yep, it is. So I want to give it to Mega Man 11 despite the fact that I never played it. But I've watched people play it. I've seen speed runs of it. I think the game really, it refreshes the formula of Mega Man. You still jump and shoot, man, but at the same time, you get these new mechanics with the gears. I thought was really cool. He gets like new designs with his helmet and stuff, where you can tell where he got the armor and the weapons from, and I thought that was really cool. Again, Far Cry 5 get fucked. Destiny 2 Forsaken. I think that the Activision Blizzard earnings call reflected just enough for me to say, look at this, like look at this. Destiny is underperforming in their eyes. And I think in my eyes, they're doing the same because they gave me this game for free. Like they just keep giving everybody this game for free, not Forsaken, but Destiny in general. And I don't want it still. Like nobody has brought me to this game and said, yes, play this. They say, if you want to play it, you should. But if you don't, you shouldn't. That's not a very good sign. Dead Cells. Haven't played it, only heard good things. But I'm going to vote for Black Ops 4. I played it. I loved it. And I was amazed by the fact that I actually wanted to play Call of Duty again. I never want to play Call of Duty. I fucking hate Call of Duty most of the time. I'm a Call of Duty cynic. Boom. I think that, because I got to mention that, I think realistically Blops 4 will take it from the critics. And I vote for Mega Man 11. Because it's right here, Best action adventure game. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You're up against some stiff competition. God of War. Spider-Man. Red Dead 2. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That's the end of that. I'm voting for God of War. I think you guys already figured that out. The critics are going to go vote for Red Dead. Done. Sorry, bro. Best RPG. I don't think I've played enough of these games, right? Dragon Quest XI, long as shit. Of course, it's an RPG. Monster Hunter. I played a lot of it, but that's the only game I played. Shout outs to the guy with the hammer, Shout outs. Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom. Nope, didn't play it. Octopath Traveler, played the demo. Didn't play it. Pillars of Eternity 2, didn't play it. So, best RPG, not happening. Thank you. Thank you for this section. Thank you. Okay? Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle. You're done. You're not in the conversation. Right? You're in the shadow of giants. Blaze Blue Cross tag battle looks weird. Okay? I don't understand how it's 2018 and people are like, I'm hyped as fuck about BlazBlue. This looks like fucking Mugen. I don't know if, for the people who've played fighting games, they know what Mugen is. That's fucking weird. I think it's weird. I think it looks weird. I think the mechanics are really tight. I think the characters are really great. But no, dude. No. And it didn't even make it into EVO. Like the year it came out. And when they said it was gonna. Moving on. Dragon Ball FighterZ. We'll get back to you. Soul Calibur 6 is my favorite fighting game of the year, and it's got my vote. My vote. I'm lying. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition is literally just Street Fighter V. Like, who they fucking trying to play? Like, what's going on here? What are they doing? Like, you can't just throw more V-triggers in there and slap on some more characters and say this is an entirely new game. Sure, the UI looks a little different, but that's it, bro. Like, no. No, dude. Stop. Stop it, Street Fighter. Quit it. Soul Calibur 6 is amazing. I discussed this before. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But it's full of bugs. It's so full of bugs. There are so many problems plaguing this game. Fucking character creations being garbage. Fucking the critical, while standing critical edge being instant. The fucking ability to escape a critical edge just by buffering inputs, a problem from a previous game. Like, there are a lot of issues with it. There's a lot of great improvements. I think Reversal Edge could calm the fuck down a little bit because the amount of meter you gain from it is a little too much. But whatever, we're moving on. It's not going to get my vote in either. I love it. Second place. Dragon Ball FighterZ is a game I don't like playing because I'm bad at it. It's not my genre. It's a hyper fighter. I don't like these. But it is the most accurate representation of the genre it's trying to replicate. Like, it is Dragon Ball Z. It is. It is Dragon Ball Super. It's beautiful. It's anime. Like, you're playing anime. You get to play anime. And the mechanics are tight. The netcode is okay. It gives you that lag indicator, the Wi-Fi indicator, all this stuff, like everything. It's got trials mode. Dragon Ball FighterZ is great. It's great. You can't vote for anything else. You're an idiot if you vote for anything else. Soul Calibur 6 is great, sure. BlazBlue is fun, fine, but Dragon Ball FighterZ is the superior game. Critics and me, Dragon Ball FighterZ. And family game, Nintendo section. Gotta skip it. I have a Switch. Didn't use it this much this year. BattleTech, strategy game. Not my jam. Sorry, bro. Sports racing game. Gotta skip that too. Not my jam. No biggie. Sorry, LeBron James. Sorry, guy, I don't know. Best multiplayer game. Black Ops 4. Destiny 2 Forsaken. You're never gonna get anyone's vote. It's not happening. Fortnite. Monster Hunter World gets my vote. Monster Hunter World is my life a lot of the times. I'll come back into this game and I'll play it for like a week or two straight and I'll fucking grind out shit I don't even need. My character's already OP. It's ridiculous. But I love the game. So boom. Monster Hunter World. What's going to win? Fortnite's going to win. No question. Fortnite. There you go, Fortnite. Congratulations. You got a legion of kids from all ages playing this fucking game. My mom comes home from work, she's like, I cannot stop hearing about this fucking game. Of course it's going to take it. Duh. It's on the phone, for God's sake. Tablet. Easy money. Best student game. Not voting. Best debut indie game. I want to play Donut County. A little pricey. Florence. Didn't play it. Moss. Didn't play it. The Messenger. Didn't play it. Yoku's Island Express. Never even heard of it. Best esports game. Here we go. Eaton Sports. CSGO. Dota 2. Fortnite. League of Legends. Overwatch. Right? That's all you got. Realistically, the vote goes to fucking Fortnite, despite the fact that it should hardly be an esport due to its randomness and inability to really control how things work. I think it's dumb that this made a category because I think in its own way it's dumb that it is considered an esport. How did it make it there? Like esports, the beauty of esports is that generally everybody's on the same playing field, and with Fortnite, you're not. You know, if you land in a spot and you go, "This is where this is every time," it won't be. That's not where that will be every time. Um, and I think that the game requires an incredibly high amount of like instinct and intuition because you get shot, you just build as fast as you fucking can, and it's insane. But it doesn't need to be an esport. I think it's going to win esport. The critics are going to give it to it. I'm going to give it to League of Legends because although it's bleeding out, it's still got a community that's ravaging about it. Overwatch, it's bleeding too, but even the top pros are starting to step out and say, you know what, this wasn't the best decision for Blizzard. I don't think Overwatch League was the best decision. Whatever. Best esports player is easy for me. All right, you got two people from the fighting game community, one from the Street Fighter side, one from everything else. And then you've got a whole bunch of people I've never heard of. None of them have this, this aura about them. And now we're already in esports teams, right? This guy's got blonde hair, okay? And he wears really fun glasses. And he's probably very Korean. Never heard of him a day in my life. I don't even know what game he plays. New York Excelsior. That sounds like Overwatch League. Whatever. Again, never heard of him. Don't care. Don't care about him. Tokido is a legend, and he's one of the few people that's still on Echo Fox. Yeah. Same with Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox is obvious vote. I think if you vote for anyone else, you're wrong. He is an Injustice 1 and 2 professional champ. He is Skullgirls professional. He is a Tekken 7 scrub. A Dragon Ball FighterZ Evo champion. He is good at everything he touches. Soul Calibur 6 is new. He hardly touched it, and he's just on it. He's got it, He is so good at everything he plays. It would be stupid to vote. Because all of these other people, look at Tokido, right? Street Fighter. Maybe something else if you tried. This guy, never heard of him. He probably only plays one game. And he's probably only really, really good at that one game. Same with these dudes. Sonic Fox is good at everything he touches. He is weird, and I don't like the fact that he's furry because I get a little uncomfortable with that. When you see it in person, it's a little embarrassing for you as an adult. But moving on, Sonic Fox, easy day, right? Esports team, don't know. Skipping it. Look at this fucking dude's hair. Look at this dude's hair. He reminds me of? This guy reminds me of the guy in the middle. He looks like the bad guys from Mighty Ducks 2. The guys from it was like fucking Russia or something like that. Like, fucking chill out, bro. At best, you're playing League of Legends. You're still gonna get your ass kicked. Like, get the fuck out of here. Moving on. Esports coach. That ain't it, homie. That's not me. Best esports event. Skip straight forward to what I'm gonna go for. Right. It's Evo. I always going to love Evo. I love what it does for the community. Everybody starts caring about fighting games again for a little bit. All the games journalists, it's like the most embarrassing thing ever for me as a fan of fighting games, like an actual fan of fighting games, as opposed to somebody who just pretends like they are for a certain time of year. All the gaming journalists that go, oh yeah, there was this really outstanding match between this guy and this guy. And those two guys are complete no-name nobodies, and they both fucking suck. And they can't tell the difference. I love what Evo causes. League of Legends World Championship. I think might be it. For the critics, it brings the heat, dude. Like, the fucking music, the crowd, the money. Yeah, come on. Come on, give it up for League of Legends. This is probably its last chance. Um, Overwatch League Grand Finals. No, I don't think so. The International potentially, and then host. Nope. Don't know them. Best esports moment. There's I'm going to skip through this because again, this is how on earth did you expect me to watch all of these moments? E League. That's fucking. I think that's Counter Strike. Worlds for League. It's League. League. Dota 2. Like, if you like one of these things, you generally don't like the other. There's no way someone vote like there was a lot of voters for this category, right? Like, there's no way. There's no fucking way. It kind of bugs me that this isn't even a thing. It's like, why would you make this a category? Because how is everyone expected to watch all this shit? No way. And be proficient and knowledgeable. This one is what I would vote for because it's a meme. Koichi versus Sonic Fox in EVO 2018, the side switch. When Sonic Fox said, "Hey, can I switch sides?" and everybody fucking bagged on him. He's like, "You iced your opponent." He was all warmed up. He was kicking your ass, and he switched sides, and he just fucking lost it. This was a meme moment. This is memeable. This is not a real moment. I think this just shows, big ups to Jeff Keighley, but this shows the lack of knowledge, the lack of information they have in this community. Because I think Lil Majin just on its own, and I am biased Tekken, but even then, you had way bigger moments. I think even Smash had bigger moments at EVO. But Lil Majin at Tekken, when he beat JDCR, that was so fucking hype. This was just memeable. And I've said that a million times, so we're moving on. Not voting. Content Creator of the Year. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Heard of him, don't want to hear him. Heard of her, don't care. Don't care. And that's all. So we did it. We did it. All right. So you get the point. You see where we're at. This is it. This is what I thought. This is what I think they're going to say. Now, again, I skip certain categories because it'd be unfair for me to vote in them. And, what the fuck do you want? I'm not perfect. But I think it's going to be really fun to watch them. And when I look back and I watch this, because my opinions are going to change throughout the next coming weeks, it's going to be so fun to watch it, to finally just be like, yes, God Wars validated, even though, 10 out of 10s and shit like that. It's going to be more validated, and it's going to feel good. Or it's going to get fucked, and I'm going to be mad. And it's like, I'm not going to make some gamer rage video about it, but, it'll be fun. Game Awards is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a celebration of everything that we love. I was kind of mad last year, a little salty. Persona 5 is amazing. Didn't get as much credit as it needed. Fucking Nier probably didn't get as much love as it should have. Whatever, dude. Fucking put that shit back. You don't need that. This year is going to be different. And I know I'm probably wrong saying that. But whatever. I'm done. This is Ham from Ham Hub. That's all. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll put this up as soon as I can so that you guys can see me do my Game Awards ranting. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.